Well, it looks like the pollsters have come back down to reality a little bit here. So we have a new poll from this is Innovative Research. I've done a couple of polls videos on their polling information. They seem to be all right, and they certainly haven't fallen for this liberal surge, whatever you want to call it. What they show here is a reasonable liberal spike with a new leader incoming. So what we have here, let me just go to the percentages first. We'll break that down. So we have conservatives at 40%, liberals 27, NDP 16, Bloc 9, Green 4, PPC 3. Now, this is what we've been seeing roughly for a very long time. Now, when Justin Trudeau resigned, we all knew that there was going to be a little bit of a liberal spike. This is what that represents, right? It's a spike. It's not going to last, but there's a little bit more hope now. The Liberal Party has been more hopeful than they've been in probably the last few years. Right, I've been tracking polling for probably about 6 to 8 months now, and ever since I've been doing it, the Conservatives have been way ahead. Then we saw this weird, last month or so of all these pollsters showing us the Liberals at 35, 36, or even 40%, which is ridiculous. Even if they somehow got close to that 30%, like if this 27% number is real, which I think it is, temporarily, they're still going to do worse than they did in the last election. There's no way they do better than in 2021. Things have gotten so much worse just in those 4 short years. There's no way that happens. But 27% temporarily is reasonable. I expect that number to go back down towards the 20% mark and the Conservatives to be up around 45, 50%. But those liberal polls, those are ridiculous, right? We all know that. I read your guys' comments. There's no reason for the Liberals to surge that much. Now it's Pierre Poilievre who's on the surge. Once again, where he should be. Because this is way more accurate than compared to what we've seen with these weird liberal biased or liberal manipulated polls. So this has the Conservatives at 204 seats, so it's a majority, 74 for the Liberals, Bloc 42, NDP 21, Green 2. Now, one of the reasons these other liberal polls were so crazy and clearly manipulated was because you saw the NDP in some of these polls go down to 0 seats. Listen, that's not going to happen. The NDP does have a 10 to 15% cult following that's always going to vote for them. There's a lot of people who support the NDP who hate the Liberals. Yeah, some of them might leave the NDP to go to support Mark Carney to stop Pierre Poilievre from winning, or at least try to. But even if they did get 0 seats and they all went over to the Liberals, it's still 204. It's still a majority. There's like the NDP and the Liberals they don't have enough support to stop Pierre Poilievre from winning. I know a lot of people were worried about that. It ain't going to happen. And once people figure out, Mark Carney's already embarrassed himself saying things. He had some French interview where he basically spoke out of both sides of his mouth. So he's already embarrassed himself once. Just wait till they really dig into this further and they're going to find even more embarrassing moments, and this support will go crashing down. And the NDPs will probably move back up a little bit. But so will the Conservatives. The Conservatives are going to overperform the polls. I've been saying it for a long time. I know I probably sound repetitive, but in my opinion, that's absolutely the truth. I might be wrong. I've already agreed that if I am wrong on certain things with the next election or certain elections, certain ridings, I will do a live stream and you guys can roast me for as long as you want. But the Conservatives are going to overperform, and you can add that to the list. If they don't overperform this 204 seat polling model, I'll do a live stream. You can say whatever you want about me, and I'll let you guys have a bunch of fun. That's how confident I am, because the Conservative majority government is coming. There's no way it's not. Abacus has been right all the time, where Ecos and Palace and a couple other pollsters have just been way off the mark. And showing the NDP getting 0 seats is not realistic. It's funny, but it's not realistic. They're going to get some seats, just not very many. The Conservatives will get well over 200. I can promise you that. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this innovative research poll is way more accurate, especially over the Ecos and Palace polls? Or do you think they're a little bit off as well? Please don't be shy. I really enjoy engaging with you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps grow the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.